So again, be mindful if you feel any impingement when we work through the shoulders, to soften that, right? So sometimes we do other projects and our shoulders might be a little bit stiff. So we're going to gently open up through the neck, through the top of the shoulders. But first, because it is a yoga practice, bring yourself down to the mat, onto your back. Maybe elevate the heart space so that the shoulder tips kind of fall away. You've got all this space to drop them down. Maybe use a block to support the head initially so that the chin is not jutting upward. You've got a lot of length, a lot of space around the neck. I have my legs in constructive rest with my feet wide, knees together, just to allow my low back to kind of relax. And since I'm not focusing on my lower body, constructive rest is a wonderful place to be. So maybe closing down the eyes and just allowing yourself, your physical self, your emotional self, your mental self to just arrive. Feel the support of your mat. Feel the support of your practice. And maybe set an intention here for this practice, for this day. Focusing on relieving some of the tension that we might not even know we carry in our neck and our shoulders. So take a couple breaths here, maybe hands resting on the body. Bring your mind's eye to breath and just trace it in and out. In through the nose. A gentle release out of the nose. A couple more times. To just feel into that body, the physical, mental, and emotional. See if you can just soften with each breath. One more now, make it a little bit fuller here so that if the hands are placed on the body as you take that deep breath, you feel the ribs, you feel the lungs, you feel the palms. And then as you exhale nice and slow, you just feel those palms sink in to the ribs and the belly, the back body sinking into the mat. And we'll heel toe the feet now to the center of the mat and just roll over nice and easy to remove whatever's underneath the head and the shoulders, and take a big stretch here. Send the fingers away from the toes. Stretch through the whole front body, kind of wiggle that upper body. Notice the side body. Notice what you notice. And then releasing that, reach for your block. And I'm going to kind of turn here. I want you to watch me, but as you come back down onto your back body, just bend the knees, just like you were coming into a bridge pose. Again, a slight tuck of the pelvis, so you feel the spine nice, long, and supported from the tailbone all the way up to that like C7 by the neck. Then we're going to take our block, and again, we're going to just use one of the edges of the block. And we're going to set that edge right behind the skull. So it's not on the neck at all. It's just resting, I think it's the occiput, and it's on the diagonal of your block. So if you want to hold on to it, that's fine. Let's see if there's a place where you can put the weight of the head. resting on that edge. And then as you arrive here, see again if you can soften the shoulders and the belly and just allow the whole body to be nice and relaxed. Maybe closing down your eyes here because some of those muscles that we're about to massage have a lot to do with our optical nerves. So take a moment here, taking a full breath. We're going to move slowly at first. So as you take the inhale, draw the belly in and just roll the head maybe a third of the way to the right. So again, you're not in the neck, you're right at the base of that skull. Let the weight to the head, again, rest on that edge. Notice if there's any tightness. Take a nice full deep breath in. As you let the breath go, let the head go. Maybe rotate the head another third of the way. Noticing here where you're feeling sensation, and then just pause. Let the weight of the head just rest. Deep breath in. Relaxing breath out. And then next movement, as far as you can rotate without straining or pushing. Take the head as far right as you can, and again, just let it rest. And with our breath, the next inhale, we're going to bring it back a third of the way. Continue to press into that crease of the block. Another third of the way. Just notice how that rolls through those tendons, those muscles that are back there. And then slowly make your way back to that center neutral position. Adjust your block again if you need to. We'll take it left. And just notice the differences now, right and left. So big inhales, draws the belly in, softens the whole body. Take it left about a third. Head rests all the way to the head, supported there on the block. It's like a marma point, an acupressure point. So just relax, and when you're ready, move it a third of the way more. No clenching in the jaw, shoulders, everything's soft. And maybe one last time, as far left without a strain as you can. And when you're ready to draw in the big inhale, we're going to bring it back a third. Bring it up another third. And then bring the head back to neutral, full weight resting. So now we're going to sweep on our own because you can feel into your neck. So nice and easy, just gentle fluid motion here, just sliding along the neck to the right. And easily back up to center and sliding it over to the left. So I'm going to be quiet here for a couple sweeps because yours might be totally different than mine. Just give yourself permission to feel into whatever's going on back there. Know that you can stop and just press down and breathe. Just take your rotation right and left. And then when you're ready, the head will come back to center. We'll just pause there again. We'll scan the body. Next, knee clenching. Let the head rest. And And then we'll pick up the head just slightly, tucking that chin into the throat, just so we can remove that block. Now, if it's helpful for you, you can always bring that towel back to tuck underneath the neck. Or if it's comfortable, just bring the back of the head down to the mat. Again, let's take that full extension, fingers away from toes. Reach it long like you were just getting up. Circle the hands down, bend the knees. Now here, just head is neutral, looking up at the ceiling. Just drop it right, and then back and drop it left. Noticing if there's any freedom in the neck. Again, we kind of tuck that chin in so that we can feel the whole length in the back of the neck. And then just bring yourself back to center. Again, chin in, not pointing up to the sky. Arms are beside the body, the palms down. Kind of squeeze those shoulder blades underneath you so that the shoulder tips fall away. And as you're ready with the inhale, maybe a slight tuck again of that pelvis. Lift the arms up towards the ceiling, palms facing away. Extend out of the shoulders like you're going to touch the ceiling. And then allow those arms to just fall overhead. Maybe they come down to the floor, maybe they don't. Doesn't matter, just open up through the shoulders. Inhale brings them back up to the ceiling, like you could take them out of the shoulder joints, just to touch the ceiling. And then exhale, just release the arms down. So a couple sweeps again on your own. Inhaling, big breath, belly tucks. Reach those fingertips up. Let those arms slide back, biceps by the ear, find some extension. And then one last time, back up to the ceiling. As you come up to the ceiling, reach, reach, reach. And then bring the hands to those opposite shoulders, stacking the elbows one on top of the other. So I like to slide my hands, not on top of the shoulders, but kind of around towards the back, like just give myself a big hug this morning. Hug yourself in, let the elbows initially just settle right there on the chest, just so you can check to make sure the whole rest of the body is relaxed. And we're just going to move through the shoulders nice and easy. So easy breath in, elbows come up, like you can touch those to the ceiling, and then they just come over towards the forehead. And then we bring them back up, and then we drop them back down to the chest. So using those hands as information, feel whatever sensation you're feeling in the shoulders. Feel the muscles that are making this movement. Notice any sounds that might be coming out of this, right? And notice if it's free and comfortable, or if there is, again, a little sticky spot that you need to pay attention to. A couple more, just nice and easy. And then the next time the elbows are pointed up to the ceiling, release the hands and just switch. Put that other elbow on top. See how that might change things up here. Reach those hands around to give yourself a nice big hug. Good, squeeze in. And the same motion. Let the elbows come up towards the forehead. And then back down towards the chest. And notice if this feels any different than the other side. Fluid breath, fluid movement, stopping anywhere along the line. And then the next time those elbows are up towards the forehead, just pause there for a moment. Notice where you feel this movement in the shoulders. Then release the hands off the shoulders and just let them open up like you're blooming to a big wide V. And circle the hands down towards your hips. And we're just going to make these big circles now. Elbows cross the body. They come overhead and we open. Two more, just like that. Big circles. And then let's maybe reverse it. So we cross those elbows overhead and draw them back across down to the body. One more time. And then come back to that big hug, hands behind the shoulders as far as you can get them. Give yourself a nice big hug. Good morning. Good. All right, release that. Let's roll over and find a seat. Now, if it's comfortable for you to sit on your shins in hero's pose, I'm going to suggest that. And if it's a little bit hard on the knees, remember now, you can always take some blocks underneath the seat just to elevate yourself, right? If it's not comfortable, and we're not worried about lower body here, so you can sit cross-legged. Grabbing for your strap. Just lay it right on your lap. We'll be using it in just a second. We're going to take that 5-point or 6-point movement through the neck, just again to see if the massage and the movement is any freer. So as you're ready and you tuck that belly in and you lift the spine and you set the shoulders back, hands can rest. Good. Right ear, right shoulder. Gentle opening on the left. Big breath. Exhale. Chin, right shoulder. Feel the movement around the neck. Slowly lower the neck to the chin, but keep it tucked in so that the head is just not falling forward. Left ear, left shoulder. Draw the chin towards the shoulder. And then bring the head back to neutral. Let's do it one more time. This time without me. So we want to just keep it fluid here. So again, belly's in, breath is in, shoulders soft. Take it right, ear and then chin. Take the movement and feel into the neck. And head back up. And just for a little brain activity, take it the other way. Left ear, left shoulder. And then the chin. Draw that chin to center as you tuck it into the throat. And over to the right. And back up. Nice. Okay, that strap. I'm going to put the buckle in one hand. And I'm only going to bring the strap out shoulder distance apart. So just lower that down again. Let's just recenter, stack that spine, tuck that belly. On your inhale, let's bring the strap up, shoulder level. Notice if you're just holding your breath. Notice if there's any slack in your strap. Can you pull it apart? And as you pull it apart, begin to notice those shoulders, right? Big breath in, bring it up about another third. So it's not overhead, it's kind of on an angle. Pull the strap apart. Notice your breath, this is important. And notice whether you're starting to jut out the ribs just to overcompensate. Keep the ribs in, keep the belly in, big breath. Maybe take it up again. With the breath, maybe you bring the biceps by the ear, maybe you don't. Just come to that extension. Draw the belly in, draw the ribs in, see if there's any more room to come back. Keep pulling the strap. And then we're going to lower just the same. Slow, find a pause. Lower, notice your breath, keep pushing. Down a little further, and down a little further, and then drop. Okay, now take a shoulder roll. Hopefully you need a shoulder roll because that's the concentration of what we're doing, strengthening through the shoulders. So now you're going to take that same movement, but you're going to do it with your shoulders and your breath work. But again, just keeping it slow with breath and keep pulling, keeping tension on your strap. So start at the lap, draw in the belly, draw in the breath. Here we go, on your own. Hold that strap. The breath. Watch the rib cage. And then find that extension. And then soften and begin again down. Hold that strap. Notice the breath. Once you arrive back at the lap, release that and just again, big circles here. Same thing now, but we're going to take the strap to the back body. So again, the buckle is in one hand. Stretch that out, maybe again, shoulder distance. Extend the arms long behind you. I'm going to kind of turn around. All right, so starting position. Belly's in, ribs in, spine stacked, pull the strap. Bring it up a quarter. Keep the breath flowing. Pull the strap, bring it up again. And again. And again. And again. So again, you know you can pause along the way. Release down as slow as you want. One more time. Pulling the strap. Begin to lift. Arms are straight. Wrists are in line with your forearms because it's really easy to bend into the wrist. So keep everything straight. Breath flows. Squeeze those shoulder blades as you lift the strap. And then lower. It's slow. Shoulder rolls, maybe this time take them the opposite way. So front to back. Releasing tension that we just put in there. Strap comes back in front of us. Buckle in one hand this time. We're going to stretch it out 3 feet or arm's length. Again, we want it taut, right? We want the shoulders soft. We want the belly in. Starting at the lap. Nice fluid breath, nice fluid movement. Big breath in, lifts it up. Over the head, maybe behind the head. Pause there at that big wide V. Notice how it feels. If it's sticky, maybe you slide one hand out just a little bit more to give yourself some more space. And then you slowly lower the strap behind you and down. Big breath in, strap comes back up to that big wide V. Pause there. And then release the breath as you release the strap. Okay, so just pause a moment. Notice what you notice. And then you're going to take it from here. So you don't have to just do the full rotation. You can pause and then come back forward. It's your shoulder work. So just keep the belly in, the ribs in. Nice taut strap. Take the breath as you rise up. Release the breath. And maybe even slide that hand out a little more as you release back behind you. Just keep the strap taut. And then back up. And just take a couple sweeps. And next, it's going to make me laugh because Barb, we went into, if you want to change it, some kayak moves, like you're making circles. Barb's laughing because she goes, I don't think I kayak well. So just make some movements here, big, but keep the spine long and the belly in, and just work through those shoulder joints, a little bit of side body, a little bit of the lats. Fun. Maybe reverse, see if you can do that, like you're back stroking. Good, and then we'll just release it, circle out. Last thing with our strap. the best way. I'm just turn that. So cow face pose with arms. We're going to take the left arm out in front of you, out to the side, bend the elbow, slip it behind you, and just kind of wiggle that hand as far up the spine as you can. Take in a breath and just kind of soften that left shoulder. On your next inhale, the right arm's going to come up. You're going to kind of pass that strap off to the back hand. But as you do so, the right elbow is going to go up towards the ceiling. The head's going to kind of tuck into that right bicep. We're going to tuck in the belly and we're going to tuck in those ribs. And when the hands find the strap, pull the strap down with the left hand as you reach the right elbow towards the ceiling. Don't hold your breath here. Keep the breath nice and fluid. Keep pulling the strap. Keep lifting the right elbow. Keep tucking the head back. Drawing the belly in. 2 more full breaths. One more breath. Lift that elbow as high as you can. And then we're going to release nice and slow. We're going to start with the left hand. Just let it go slide down that strap. Release the hand down to the mat. Maybe bring it to the thigh. Right arm lifts to the ceiling. Right arm comes down. Take whatever shoulder rolls you need. Put the clasp of the strap in the left hand. Send the right arm out straight in front of you. Take it out to the side like a T. Take a bend and send the back of the hand behind you. That right elbow points down. Those right fingers point up as far as you can scooch them up there. As you take a deep breath, the left arm extends out. The left arm extends up. With that strap, just drop it back behind you. Find that right hand and set yourself up. So squeeze the strap hand to hand. Left elbow nice and high to the ceiling. Good. Pull the strap down. Tuck the head into the bicep. Take the deep breath in, but don't jut out the ribs. And then press that elbow towards the ceiling as you draw the strap down towards your mat. Take 4 easy breaths here. Last breath. Let's point that elbow up, pull the strap down, find the extension, find the space between that top elbow and the bottom. And then as we release, we'll release the bottom hand first. Let go of the strap, just kind of bring it around. Draw the other hand down in front to bring it around. The shoulder roll is fine, or if you want to come back to stacking those elbows and giving yourself a hug. And lifting the elbows and just letting go of some of that stagnant movement here we were doing. And then flip that other elbow on top if you're joining me, and just do it again. And open the arms wide. We're going to find our eagle arms here. So reach through the fingers. This is the best shoulder exercise, I think, in our toolbox. Right arm's going to come underneath the left as you crisscross in front. Again, bend at the elbows. Hands again can come to shoulders. You can press into the forearms. You can wrap at the wrist. Find whatever eagle arm. Lift the elbows up shoulder distance. Send the hands away from the face. So just right here, as you draw in the belly and sit nice and tall, notice some space that you're creating behind the heart space between the shoulders. Take a full breath in here. And then we're just going to rotate to the right here. So lift the elbows, Then take the elbows to the right. Keep them lifted. Inhale, brings them back to center. And we'll take them left. And back to center. Big breath, belly's in, elbows rise, fingers rise, maybe the gaze goes. Notice what's happening in the back of those shoulder blades. Then slowly begin to bring the elbows in towards the body, the hands down towards the mat. Begin to tuck that chin in and C-curve your spine. And just as you round down, notice what's happening in the back of the shoulders here. And take in a full breath. Inhale, nice and easy. We're going to move it right back up. Small arch in the spine, hands goes up, gaze goes up. Keep pressing those elbows away from you and then take it down one last time. Round in. Find the space in the spine and the shoulders and the shoulder heads and the back of the neck. And then inhale, right back to center. Unwind, cactus the arms out and lower them down. And again, maybe a roll of the shoulders, but let's change the position of our crossing of the legs. Arms back out to a T. Reach through the fingers. Again, belly's in, right? Scoop in, spine strong. Good. This time left under right. Find that eagle. Lift those elbows. Take the hands away from the face. And just pause here. And notice where you feel the stretch. Notice your breath, your belly, the length of your spine. We're going to rotate here. So elbows come up, hands away. Take it left. Gentle rotation. And then back to the center. And over to the right. And then back to center. Pausing at center, drawing the belly. Lift the elbows, lift the hands, lift the gaze. Take it towards the ceiling. Again, press those elbows out away from you. And then exhale on the air as you curl in. So the elbows come in, the chin tucks in, the hands come down. Pausing here. Breathe into the space behind the heart. Inhale, we're going to lift up one more time. Elbows press away, hands rise. And then curl it in. Last time. Pausing here as you round in. Big inhale. Elbows come back up high to the shoulders. Release the arms, open up to that cactus. Let those elbows go back as far as you can and lower them down. And take the shoulder folds. All right, let's roll over. Hands and knees. Our tabletop. And again, spread those fingers wide. Feel the palm grip your mat. I'm going to tuck my toes under just because it's like a 2-for-1 kind of thing, getting my feet energized, right? That's your choice. You can keep them flat. Take a couple cat-cows here. So as you spread those fingers, press into your palms, draw in your belly, feel as you press into the palms, begin to feel that roundness you're creating through the shoulders. Can you hold that? And then begin the movement with the tailbone and chest as you inhale. And the tailbone and the chest and the chin as you exhale. Keep all that space you created between the shoulder blades. And just roll through some breaths in your cat-cow. Good. Returning to that neutral position, again, gathering the belly in, pressing through the palms. Just to move into a gentle thread the needle. So pressing the weight into that left palm, lift the right, take it out to the side, maybe lift it higher than the shoulder. Then draw that arm underneath the body, send it off to the left as you bring the temple and the shoulder tip down onto the mat. Again, my toes are tucked, they don't have to be. Notice your lower body first, draw in your belly. Keep reaching through those right fingers like you could reach them away from you. Then walk the left fingertips to that top left corner of your mat. Find some opening through the soft tissue, under the arms, through the lats, through the obliques, the intercostal muscles. Take in a breath, take in your belly. Then maybe walk those fingertips over toward that right corner. And as you do that, allow the chest to spiral just a little bit more towards the ceiling. Take in a breath there. Walk the hands back towards that left corner of the mat. Lift the left arm up to the ceiling. Bend into the elbow, take that half bind. So bring that back of the hand as far over to the side body, the right side body as you can. Press in to that side body. Let that elbow and shoulder rotate open. And take a full deep breath. A gentle release of that bind sends the arm back towards the ceiling. Then plant that hand right by your face like a push-up. Press your way up to release the right arm. Just kind of let it slide back up, a counter stretch. And then the hand comes back down to the mat, and we'll just flow the cat and the cow. Back to neutral, hugging in the belly. Readjusting the feet if you want to do that. Press into that right palm. Press your weight there. Lift the left arm out to the side and up. And then carry it underneath the body over to the right as you come down onto the shoulder, onto the temple. Keep reaching through the fingers and then just take a walk with those right fingers to the upper right corner. Again, finding that stretch from the fingertips to the hip point and all points in between. Draw in a nice full deep breath. Walk those fingertips over to the left corner. And as you do, I think we call this panda. Actually can roll all the way over. And I think a couple of us, Marilyn and I, have done it many times. Keep reaching through the fingers and just notice the difference in the rotation here. And then walk them back towards that right corner. Lift the arm up towards the ceiling. Bend that elbow. See if you can bring the back of that right hand as far over to the side body as you can. Press it into the side body. Use that leverage. Open yourself up. The inside of that right shoulder, the chest, open up. Enjoy a deep breath. We'll find a gentle release here. So let that arm come back up towards the ceiling. Bring the hand down towards the face into that little push-up. Press the body up. Release the left arm. Just let it float back out to the side. And slowly drop right back down to the mat. Returning to your table. Returning to a cat and a cow. And our biggest shoulder opening of all, Anahatasana, heart melting pose. Sometimes they call it puppy pose. So returning to a neutral table, scooping the belly in, let's keep the hips right over the knees here and just begin to walk the hands forward. So back body pushes back as the front body walks forward. As you continue walking those fingers forward, the chest will fall, maybe the head will fall down towards the mat. Now, if using both arms together is challenging, drop one forearm across the mat just to rest your head on the forearm as you extend the other arm forward. So you can just work one arm at a time. But if you're feeling open, both arms extend, draw the belly in. Notice the spine. We want a nice, long, slanted spine, no sag, no hunch. If both arms are extended, see if you can lower the chest, maybe with the idea of noticing if you could bring your chin down a little bit more towards the mat, or maybe just pressing the heel of the hand into the mat and lifting the fingertips so that the palms press away from you. Much more of a deep stretch here. If you're using the one arm version, switch it out. Keep drawing the belly in to support that nice long straight spine. And you can keep your breaths on an even count here. Wherever you are in any position, draw one more full breath. And then keep the head and the chest down, but kind of walk the palms in just a bit so you can drop the forearms down. Maybe the elbows come underneath the shoulders. Brings the hands to prayer at the center of your mat. Thumbs are up, blade edge of the hand resting on the mat. Drawing in a full deep breath, set those hips back towards your heels. So again, beginning to extend through the lats, through the outside of the shoulders, the triceps. Hips don't have to go back that far, just enough that you feel that stretch. Take in the breath, draw in the belly, draw the prayer up to the ceiling, and then let that prayer just come behind the head as you drop the head down to a block or blanket. As you press the thumbs into the back of the neck, walk the elbows an inch or so forward, kind of squeeze into the side of the head, and then continue to slide the hips back as you slide the elbows with the body back. So maybe you end up in a child's pose. Taking in a full breath wherever you've landed. Keep pressing those elbows down and away. Keep softening the chest down close to the mat. One more full deep breath here. Then release the prayer down to the mat. Flip the palms so that they're facing down. Slide them out to a T. Reach through the fingers again. If you can lower that chest, then take those palms down by the feet, maybe holding on to the heels or the blade edge of the foot, or maybe today, just simply letting them rest on the back of the arms, palms facing up. Release the shoulders here. Let them round in. Release the chest. Maybe tuck in the chin just a bit more. Maybe if the toes are tucked, you allow the feet to come flat, pressing lightly onto the top of the feet, getting a nice stretch through the ankle, a little bit of space in the top of the feet. And then bring your breath to the back body breathing. Breathe deeply into the back of the lungs.
Breathe so deep that you feel the back ribs expand. So deeply that you feel all the space between the shoulder blades. And here, my friends, just enjoy a nice long exhale. And release everything in the body. Your little cocoon here. Shoulders soft, head soft. Gentle curve in the spine, finding a little bit of space in the back body. And this is where I'll leave you today. Turn off your device if you have the luxury of time. Have a beautiful day. Namaste.